Man, that gets me pumped every time.
Was there more?
That was different. I love it. Yes.
Shout out producer Chris.
Producer Chris killing it over there. I love it. We are live, team. Welcome to our third installment of our podcast. Today we are talking Weekend Warriors. We're going to give you some information and a little bit of our typical nonsense when it comes to certain things. Beside me, as always, is Josh and Donovan. Welcome. Weekend Warriors. What do you guys think? Let's talk cheat meals first.
Let's just hand the floor over to Donovan. His favorite subject.
Big cheat meal fan. Every Friday, pizza.
Love it.
Every Friday, consistently.
Toppings?
Well, they got a 2 for something deal, so it's usually pepperoni and banana pepper.
Ooh, classic. I like it.
Try to get it some. Is banana peppers a vegetable?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I try to get
pepper,
some.
yeah.
I think that's what I thought. I don't know if since it's spicy, does it count?
Yeah.
It
still
counts.
counts. It still counts.
Yeah, spicy vegetables still
throw
do
that
count
in
as
there, yeah.
vegetables. Yeah.
At least DQ once a weekend, and then
What do you get at DQ? You got to elaborate on this stuff. You can't just tell
It just
us.
keeps going.
that's a Reese's peanut
Blizzard?
butter cup Blizzard
Ooh.
for sure, and a
Nice.
large because it's like 20 cents more.
That's how they get you.
Yeah. That is how they get and they got you. They got you locked
Every
up.
weekend they do.
So
Feel bad about myself on Monday. Start over.
So 2 for 1 pizza, like 2
No,
toppings.
2
for one?
toppings, like $5.99.
Oh, okay.
Domino's?
That's the one.
Wow. That's the one. I knew. As soon as you started talking price.
I'm one pie away from free pizza.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
That'll be tomorrow.
You got a pizza punch card?
Yep.
Wow.
Sure do. It's an app.
Domino's just changing
Domino's.
the game every day.
Love that for you.
Every day.
A few weeks from now, we're gonna have some Domino's out here.
They're
They're gonna bring it to us.
Well,
Probably.
they're probably going to have to sponsor us now. We got to reach out to them about that.
Mhm.
Josh, what about you?
I mean, I definitely love pizza as well, but a little bit, switch it up a little bit. I am a big fried chicken fan, so get a little Popeyes or just fried chicken in general. I got a little comfort food in general, some mashed potatoes, some little baked mac and cheese with it. You know, the whole that's my usual go-to cheat meal. I do love me some pasta as well, though. So
Yep.
I mean, I could go on as well, but I think
Yeah.
getting my go-to if I have to is probably that little fried chicken comfort meal. My grandparents are from the South, so I grew up on it. So they got me hooked.
So, do we have any type of input whatsoever on a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich versus the Popeyes chicken sandwich?
I haven't had Popeye's chicken sandwich,
Wow.
actually. I always just get the
Also
breast,
not,
but
no.
I do love Chick-fil-A as well. So
I'm telling you, Popeyes is better. I'm saying it right now. You heard it on this podcast.
I mean, I haven't tried it, so
I
I
haven't
don't,
I'm telling you,
know,
it's spicy.
I love that.
Oh my gosh, man!
All right.
With some red beans and rice.
Mm-hmm.
There
There's a
it is.
Popeyes right next to the gym.
Go for it.
I was just letting the people know.
Oh, there's
You know,
also
I'm not saying we have to
If
go.
you want to get your cheat meal in after we open, there you go.
Producer Chris, have you tried either of them? Which one do you like better? Left hand for Popeyes, right hand for Chick-fil-A.
Both.
Oh, come on.
Such a PC answer for
Biased.
producer Chris.
For those of you that can't see Producer Chris, because you can't see Producer Chris, he put both hands up at the same level. So this is ambiguous. We have no idea what to do with that.
I'll try Popeye's chicken sandwich this weekend.
For
and
science.
report back next week.
Yep.
For science.
Report back next
Yeah.
week. Yeah, we'll hear it in the comments as well, wherever you guys think. At UFC Gym Indy for our Instagram. At UFC Gym. Oh, I'm sorry. Man, I messed that up bad,
Yep.
didn't I? At UFC Gym Whitestown, Instagram and Facebook. UFC Gym Indy channel for our YouTube podcast, as well as UFC Gym Indy on our Twitter page. Nailed it. Okay.
You just had chicken sandwich on the mind. Popeye's
Man, it
sandwich
was
on
just
the mind.
popping up in my head. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Producer Chris. Your contribution is always welcome. Wings for me, 100%.
From where?
So Fat Dan's has really good smoked wings. I don't
Just
know
right
if you
down the
guys-
street here?
Just right down the street here, yeah.
Oh.
The OG down in on College Ave in Broad Ripple is the one I
Okay.
shout out to for sure. But yeah, I'd say
Ale Emporium. Can't
Ale's
go wrong
got-
with Ale
man, they
Emporium.
got some great. I'm a Hermanasian guy. I know Hermanaki is
Hermanaki.
the yep. That's the clear consensus for most people. But Hermanasian, I'm a big fan of. All right, so back on topic here. What are we talking about? Weekend Warriors. Do you guys do any rec leagues right now? Any amateur anything?
Normally, yeah, I do a baseball and flag football usually when I can. I've done some sand volleyball too, so I try to get in as much as I can. I'm not injured.
Yeah, Donovan.
I'm too busy cheat mealing.
Wow. Okay.
No
Yeah.
rec leagues currently.
Okay.
Should though. We should do something like that at UFC Gym Whitestown.
Yeah, get our squad going.
Absolutely, I'm down. for
Flag
sure.
football.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah. I play in some men's league basketball.
Mhm.
I enjoy it.
You're a hooper.
Yeah, My knees hate me a little bit because I'm about 20 pounds heavier than what I'm used to, but that's okay. Hops have gone away. There's a lot of things deteriorating with age, but still fun.
Yeah. I still play basketball a couple times a week too, usually. Just not in a league, but do that as well.
Yeah. So, and the reason we bring this up is because we have people that work out, they exercise, they go play on the weekends, they get injured, rinse, wash, repeat, right? How can we help them, right? Supplements, active recovery, stretching. We can touch back on stretching again, but I want to talk active recovery. Josh, what is active recovery? Doesn't it sound redundant?
Yeah, so that's one of my favorite ways of recovery in there. So whenever I'm doing active recovery, now you can do several different things for active recovery, right? But usually when I go in there, I'm doing a lot of band work, a lot of it's essentially you're getting into the gym still, but you're not doing, for me, I'm a lot of heavy weightlifting, some high intensity things, box jumps and sled pushes and things like that. So it's a lot on your joints, a lot on your muscles. When I go in for active recovery, it's more about kind of stretching out, still doing some band work. I'll still do some, curls or whatever, just working with bands more though. So kind of working that elasticity a little bit and just kind of doing some real light things like that to kind of just get yourself still moving. You're still in there doing some things, but you're also not putting that normal beating on there and actually helping yourself out with that, using the bands and kind of doing that. So that's how I like to do active recovery.
Donovan?
Literally exactly the same. I do band work, TRX stuff on the weekends. I mean, I'll get the kayak out, go for a bike ride, try to be just active, and let the body recover a little bit. But in terms of the gym, exact same.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Probably about 60 to 65% of that max heart rate is a good benchmark to shoot for with active recovery, right? We're not trying to hit any type of moderate to severe or extreme exercise domains, right? We're trying to stay in that just regular base. Yoga used to be a big thing for me for active recovery. Yoga was great. Did Pilates for a while to help out with golf. Believe it or not, golf Pilates is a thing, and it's very interesting.
My golf game could use that.
Absolutely. Try it out. It's awesome. I would plug the person that I did it with, but it would be contradicting the UFC, so I'm not going to do that.
Fair.
Yoga was good. Going on walks with the dogs, stuff like that. Just really easy stuff. I do paddleboard. I do some kayaking as well. Yeah. So get out there in the nature, do some hikes, things like that. I consider golf active recovery.
Well, sure.
Same.
In my opinion.
God,
yeah.
Love golf.
Absolutely.
Golf every day if I could.
You guys Frisbee golf or real golf?
I used to get down with Frisbee golf.
I've done both.
Yeah.
I got a bag, everything. I'm ready to go.
So you got clubs.
I'm pretty committed. Discs.
He's a disc guy. We're golf guys.
No, I know, but
Clubs.
What is
putters,
mid
ranges, long. Yeah, for sure.
because they have have irons and everything for Frisbee golf.
And I have them all.
So did you ever play at the courses down in Bloomington? Have you ever been down there?
No. But there's a bunch up here.
Are there really?
A ton.
Wow, I didn't know that. Interesting.
I'd get out on the disc golf course with you.
Let's do it.
Oh, we'll get out there one week.
All right, so we got that plan. Producer Chris, you down?
Make a note.
All right.
Don't let us forget these
Nodding
things.
his head in agreement always.
Well, we'll watch it later. We'll know.
Yeah, this is documented for the rest of time, right? Active recovery is a great thing to do. Especially if you do high intensity workouts. I tend to do mainly high intensity workouts just for time purposes, right? Get as much in 45 minutes as you would in a normal 1.5 hour to 2 hour session. Although when UFC Gym Whitestown opens, I'm very excited about getting back in and lifting heavy, using some flat bench.
Amen to that.
Absolutely. Really excited about that. Maybe working with Coach Donovan over here with some training sessions that he'll comp me.
That's right.
Which is nice of him.
You're the boss.
So, yeah, active recovery is very important. Just some air squats, even some push-ups at home. Just kind of staying active, getting your heart rate just a little bit elevated, but do what you like to do.
Yeah.
Right? Bike rides are awesome, right? Especially in this climate, being outside is probably a better thing to recommend going forward and then it's Indiana. So we've got a short little window here. We're outdoor, even though it doesn't seem like it lately.
Oh, yeah. Summer's not even
it's been
here
March
yet.
for like 3 months. Yeah. So
hiking, all that. Yeah, you can
absolutely.
go to the...
Yeah. And the reason we say this is because you can't work out every single day and then go to your rec league on the weekends, right? You have to have a day or two that you plan ahead of time that you're going to take off. So 4 days out of 5 to work out, is that going to kill you? Is that detrimental to your health to do 4 days instead of 5 days, Monday through Friday? I'm asking.
Not going to kill me. No.
Right. Yeah. Take an active
You'll
recovery
be okay.
day. Yeah, you'll be okay.
Take
Don't
care of
worry.
yourself.
Team, we tell you this because we have experienced that
Right,
in our professional fitness careers, working with clients that think, I got to kill myself every day or else I feel like I didn't get an exercise in, right? But in reality, you're just setting yourself up for injuries later.
Work smarter, not harder.
There you go. I like it. Stretching recommendations are always very important. So if you're doing those rec league games, if you're being a weekend warrior, make sure you're thinking dynamic stretching first, static stretching after, with a proper cool down period. I know that's tougher for basketball because you get done, your feet hurt, you're just sitting there after a game. Maybe you're complaining about the refs' calls like I do all the time, and then stretching, taking that time to stretch. I highly, like we talked about on the last podcast, highly recommend foam rolling. Is definitely a thing to look into. Just kind of in front of your TV with, whatever Netflix shows we recommended to you last time as well.
Breaking Bad.
Yep. Breaking up those deep tissue and working through that area as well. So stretching recommendations, a nice 30 to 60 second hold for static stretching after a workout is always recommended. As far as dynamic workouts go, 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes it's a little bit longer for me, just depending on how I feel. I don't know about you guys, but with certain sports-specific dynamic workouts, so say baseball.
Yeah.
What does a dynamic stretching session or dynamic warm-up look like for baseball?
I mean, you get some good core rotation stuff in. Obviously, you're going to be swinging a lot. I mean, get the shoulders working. You can get with the band and kind of get those going too a little bit if you're going to be throwing a lot. And the same, obviously, you're going to be lateral movements depending on if you're infield, outfield, running. I mean, so a little bit with that. But, I mean, obviously, yeah, with baseball being hitting and throwing, you're going to definitely want to focus on your core, that lower body, in your hips with those rotation. But then, those shoulders especially. So get those going too for the warm-ups. But yeah, those are the two key ones, obviously.
Donovan, do you dynamic warm-up before you go kayaking?
I do. It is putting the kayak on top of the Jeep, taking the kayak down off the top of the Jeep, putting the kayak into the water, and that is the dynamic warm-up for
slow paddling at first.
Slow paddle, interval, and then slow, and then fast.
What was that?
And then
just so that we got it down. We just want to make sure we get it down. Yeah, we just want to make sure we get it down.
Producer Chris, can we get a clip of him making that noise? All right, very good. Okay,
just plug that in.
Just make sure we want to have that. Just for
save it for later.
Let's save it for the soundboard. So do you do that every time you go kayaking?
Every single time.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
Clockwork.
Did you guys get all that? Do we need to refresh how Donovan warms up before he goes kayaking? Are we good? I think we're good.
One more time?
One more time?
Put the kayak on top of the Jeep. Take the kayak off the top of the Jeep. Put the kayak into the water. Interval. Super fast. Slow it down.
Almost ripped your shirt
super
there.
fast.
Yeah, be careful.
I don't know if that shirt's ready for that. Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Good thing that glass of water is empty. Wow. All right. So let's talk supplements. Of course, we have our dotFIT supplements out here, which are wonderful. Thank you, dotFIT. Shout out to dotFIT for providing us with these supplements. These are excellent things. So right here, I have a pre and a post workout, and I have some glutamine. Right? So let's talk after an exercise, right? We have 30 to 40 minutes. Anabolic window. The analogy I like to use would be like a sponge, right? Can you get things absorbed better with a wet sponge or with a squeezed out sponge, right? So think of your body as a squeezed out sponge after a workout. It's very accepting to new nutrients that you're going to put inside of it. So if you put McDonald's in it within 30 to 40 minutes, or Domino's, sorry, shouldn't have plugged, or a Popeye's chicken sandwich in you, 30 to 40 minutes after a workout, your body's really going to absorb that Popeye's chicken sandwich. But if you put a healthy supplement into it, like a post-workout shake, some nice protein, really good carbohydrates, good cholesterol, HDLs, healthy cholesterol in your body in that 30 to 40 minutes, your body's really going to absorb that. So make sure you hit that 30 to 40 minutes as soon as you get done working out. Once you get done with your cool down, start thinking timer in your head. 30 to 40 minutes. The faster, the better, obviously. But once it hits that 40 minutes, it's not necessarily not going to do anything for you, but you're just not maximizing that workout, right? And the biggest thing that I see clients do is not eating after a workout. They think, I burned all these calories, I'm going to continue fasting. Good idea, bad idea?
I mean, obviously, your goals can dictate that a little bit with anything. I mean, if you're trying to put muscle on, then your muscles, that's where that window is going to be especially key. You want to feed that in there where you just got on tearing your muscles down. That's what happens when you train that way. So you're tearing your muscles. So that needs to be fed in that way to kind of get that going. So with that, I think that I'm always, at least some people just don't feel hungry after workout or whatever. If that's the case, you can get a shake in, you can get that, something small, a protein bar, something good with you that way. But yeah, I think it, especially keyed in if you're looking for different types of goals with the weight gain, muscle gain, something like that, then it's essential.
Yeah, feed the beast.
Feed the beast.
Even if you're dieting and trying to cut up or something, you're gonna eat X number of calories a day. You should try to get some of those in around a workout, like you said, when the body's gonna use them.
Because you're still burning. So even though when you're coming down a little bit too, yeah. So that's not exclusive just if you're trying to gain weight. If you're trying to lose too, that's the best time because you're burning at a higher rate at that point anyway. Your heart rate's still going depending on how intense that workout was, it could be going still at an elevated level for 30 minutes or 45, even a little bit longer while you're still coming down slowly. And you're still burning some calories at that point. It might not be as much as while you're in the workout, but yeah, it's a great time to get another meal in no matter what.
Absolutely. EPOC, right? EPOC in exercise science. Excessive post-exercise oxygen consumption. That means your body is literally breathing in oxygen. Oxygen oxidizes fat molecules and helps you burn fat, right? That's why marathon runners are skinny, because they use oxygen as a primary fuel source. Whereas with high-intensity interval training, we're using glucose, carbohydrates, as a primary fuel source. So those of you that don't know, glucose is stored in our muscles and in our brain, mostly in our liver and in our muscles, though. And that is our primary fuel source for short-term exercises, high explosive exercises, things like HIIT training, things like you're going to burn carbohydrates throughout specific exercise sessions that are based off of, 1 to 3 minutes in a severe to extreme exercise domain, right? So carbohydrates are not bad.
No,
they're not bad. Carbohydrates are great for fueling exercises. Now, depending on your goals, like you're saying, and some people might be a sugar burner. Some people might burn more carbohydrates. Some people might be fat burners, right? I am a fat burner. I hold on to carbohydrates. So I really have to hit certain exercise intensities where my heart rate has to be at a certain level, certain percentage of my max heart rate to really utilize carbohydrate burn, right? Which is really weird because it makes sense actually for me because my body's been trained for that, just because going through cross country and track in college and in high school, your body gets conditioned towards that. So then when you talk about diets like keto, right? People are like, well, I burn a lot of fat. Well, yeah, that's all you eat.
Yep.
It's fat and protein. So yeah, your body's going to burn what it primarily has an abundance of, right? So keto, and nothing against keto. If it works for you, it works for you, but it's not a good thing to recommend to all kinds of people.
Especially long term. I've done keto short term. I did it just to and I had good results, just kind of get shredded up a little bit, but I knew I wasn't trying to have that as a lifestyle moving forward. I did it for 2 months. And like I said, I had great results with it, but wasn't sustainable for me. For how I train and everything either. So I think that's with a lot of the diets though.
Right. And carbohydrates, we're not talking potato chips, right? We're talking fruits and vegetables.
Rice,
vegetables are great. Yeah. Whole
banana
grains,
peppers are vegetables.
Banana peppers are vegetables. We've established that. Plus some protein in that pepperoni, right? Going forward. Carbohydrates and cholesterol. Domino's not known for...
Well, they're not a health company,
Well, that's true.
Yeah, you can always justify it by having a little bit of, you got some cheese in there. There's probably some vegetables in the sauce.
Get
you know,
it
you got
right
some,
after.
Some vegetables in the sauce.
Yeah, some in the sauce. There's
Probably
a little bit.
Tomato paste or something.
Right. So
could be worse.
Best time to eat before a workout. I always say 30 to 45 minutes, a nice 200 to 300 calorie meal. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah, same. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nice balanced 200, 300.
Yeah, even if you can't get a full one in, you get a banana in there, a little bit of carbs in that, a little bit of natural good sugar for you, get going. That helps a little bit. Just a little snack. You'll feel a difference in your workouts if you're not accustomed to doing that and then you do it. But yeah,
some fast burning carbs like you were talking about.
Yep. Quick burn, right? Yeah. And then as far as pre-workout, we all kind of have our recommendations with pre-workout. I know dotFIT has the No 7 Rage, which is really good, or No Rage, I guess, but it's like a 7.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it here. We'll show you next time. Not a lot of caffeine in it, which I like. About 170 milligrams, which is essentially a cup of coffee. Yeah. So it's not going to give you that face itch, that burn that makes you.
It's about half of
what's the
some
sound,
of the other
Donovan?
ones.
Which sound?
The kayak.
When I'm
sound.
doing a kayak?
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's adapting.
Yeah, a lot of them have 300 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah, and that's a lot.
That'll keep you up.
Yeah, in one scoop. That's a lot. That goes straight to the dome real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then after a workout, I love aminos. Nice pre-workout shake. We talked about our anabolic window. And then glutamine is one thing that I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know, glutamine is pretty much your primary fuel source for your immune cells in your body. Your white blood cells, your macrophages, your neutrophils, everything inside your lymph fluid that helps fight infection and that nasty bug that's going around the area, right? Glutamine is something that supports that immune system.
Yeah.
So not only getting up and moving to support your immune system and shifting your lymph fluid circulating throughout your body, you need to fuel those cells with something. And glutamine is an amino acid. It's an essential amino acid, which means we cannot produce it on our own. We have to consume it. So there's non-essential amino acids, which means your body produces it. Essential meaning you have to consume it, right? Glutamine is one of those. So very important for plasma levels, very important for immune system. And it's a really good, since it's amino, it helps build protein too.
Yeah, and great intro workout. Kind of your muscles recover a little faster during the workout too. You can maybe get one more rep in, couple more reps in, one more set. Even you can tell a difference between. I could definitely tell when I started weight training seriously from started taking glutamine to not, and the difference between just like my recovery. You still get a little muscle soreness if you have a great workout, but it would recover faster. I'd have times where it was like 3 days of being super sore. Now, I mean, if I take glutamine regularly, it's cut down a day, maybe 2, but it helps with that recovery aspect of it as well. So it's huge.
Yeah, and aminos, right? BCAAs. Mm-hmm. Everybody hears that term, branched chain amino acids. You probably see the guys in the gym shaking up their blender bottles with the colorful liquid that's either, pre-workout, which has amino acids in it, or just standard amino acids. So that is the reasoning before that. We need to turn this so that the camera can see it. Oh, Donovan was taking a look at it. One thing about dotFIT, they are NSF certified, National Science Foundation. That's a very good certification. There is not necessarily a FDA regulation and certification process for supplements. So that's where it gets scary with supplements, right? You can go into a GNC or a vitamin shop. Nothing against them. I've used them for a long time. Mm-hmm. Right. But I always look for certain seals, and that was GMP, which is good manufacturing practice, which means it was third party certified, produced in a good area as far as the, not just like a rundown facility or anything. And then the National Science Foundation is backed by science, obviously. It's about as close as you can get to FDA regulation on supplements, and dotFIT does a great job with that.
Yeah,
so
those are the ways that keep athletes or anything from testing with tainted supplements. I mean, you get that all the time where it could be a facility that's in there with creatine, but then they also have some HGH or whatever else in there, and then that could taint over if they're just, working closely. So places like this, these certifications make sure that it's guaranteed you're not going to have any tainted supplements. You're an athlete. It's not going to affect that. You're going to be all clear. So it's huge for that.
Yeah. And, don't skimp on your protein, right? Don't go to Walmart and buy 6-star protein that's $20 for a gigantic jug, right? Shell out a little bit more for protein. It's sourced better, right? It's organic beef. It could be organic protein sources. They have vegan protein as well. It's a little bit more expensive, but trust me, it's better for your body. I always equivalent it to, getting a steak at I don't want to call them out, but like,
there's different levels of steaks. There's different levels of steaks.
There's a level 1, 2, and 3
So
steak out there.
think of dotFITs as like
tier 4
St. Elmo's.
Roost Chris.
There
Going with the names.
There you go. Hey. Right. No, that's okay. I didn't want to say bad things about this one place because I love it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys off air.
I already know.
I already know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
Top 3 supplements for me. Protein, right? Pre and post workout protein, BCAAs, and glutamine.
Mm-hmm.
Josh?
I'm Sam, yeah. I mean, I'm BCAAs, glutamine, protein. I mean, I'm a big pre-workout fan too, as far as getting that, and that has, like you mentioned, some BCAAs in it. Some my pre-workout does have some glutamine in there too, but I do take some separate as well. But yeah, big fan of that. I like arginine as well. So I take some of that. That kind of helps as well. And then obviously not even just straight workout stuff, but fish oil is huge. I take fish oil all the time, multivitamin.
Yeah. Donovan, explain fish oil benefits.
Oh my gosh, where do I even start? Why don't I have your computer? What do we got through the roof? Joint health is a real big one. Joint health. Yep. I've seen some brain enhancement studies behind it.
Yeah, circulatory system.
Right. Through the roof.
That's the right word.
Wasn't prepared for that question. I thought you were coming to me with my favorite supplements. That's
I am.
That's what was on the tip of my tongue. And you're like, fish oil, what is it?
Quick. I wanted to throw that at you real quick.
I think I responded well.
Yeah, you did. You did a good job.
That's good.
Yeah.
You can do
Right.
It's evolving. It's evolving. There we go.
Thanks, producer Chris.
Shout out to PC. Your top 3, Donovan.
I'd say the same, but with creatine. I like the creatine XXXL that dotFIT has. I just had that in their aminos this morning for my workout. Best workout I can remember.
So what does creatine do? Are you ready for that question?
Oh, boy. For me, what it does is it gives me that kind of one extra rep that Josh was talking about.
100%.
The glutamine does for him.
Yep.
Just makes me a little bit stronger throughout the workout.
Yeah.
A little more energy.
Yep.
Internally and externally.
Yeah, and creatine's really good for that. And now they've gotten to the point, we just had a discussion about this the other day, but now they've gotten to the point where that monohydrate is a lot less invasive on your body.
Mm-hmm.
So you really don't have to think of the same stigma that creatine had in the early 2000s. And now it's evolved into a really good supplement.
Right.
And dotFIT has a great creatine product as well.
A lot of studies coming out on it too now, to where you're supposed to cycle it.
Yeah.
Loading phase, take it for 3 months, get off, take it for 3 months. A lot of long-term studies now are showing that you can use it for, I think 2 years is the longest one I saw. Yep. No adverse effects.
Yep. And if you're taking supplements, please drink a lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
Drink a lot.
It's huge anyway. You should be trying to get an ounce to pound on your water intake.
There you go.
But Josh, what kind of water you drink?
I'm kind of a water snob, man. I'm Fiji and Essentia. I'm a water snob. Bougie water.
Brita.
We had that talk yesterday.
Yeah.
Brita and tap for me.
I know.
Whatever.
I just drink it right out of the thing over there.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Out of the tap.
Mm.
Yeah. Not Josh.
No.
This is water delivered.
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
I have a subscription for both Essentia and Fiji. So
I didn't know such a thing existed.
But I'm consistent. Even my fur child, my dog, she gets bottled water too. I don't even give her tap water. So
okay. Okay. All right.
I'm drinking worse than your dog.
I know. She deserves it. She's a little princess. It's fine.
Well, that's interesting. I like that. Yeah. Yeah. We learn something new about each other every day here.
And so does the world.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, so thank you guys for presenting all that information.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to dotFIT again.
Yep.
Follow us at UFC Gym Whitestown for Facebook and Instagram, as well as our YouTube channel, UFC Gym Indy, and our Twitter page at UFC Gym Indy. Shout out to producer Chris for helping us out once again, as always. And I guess we're not live now. I did want to plug, we've got Neil Spruce, founder of dotFIT, founder of the National Academy of Sports Medicine, the NASM CPT program, one of the premier certified personal training certifications out there. So we're excited to have him on next week, as well as talking a little bit more about nutrition and supplements. We're shifting to a nutrition phase next week. We'll give you some information on macronutrients, macromolecules, and your basal metabolic rate. What does that mean? We don't know. We have plenty of time to research, though. I'm just kidding. We all know what it is. As well as we're going to talk about who to believe with supplements. We'll dive more into the NSF, the CGMP certifications for supplements, dive more into that stuff, and then we'll probably talk about some nonsense again like we usually do. So thank you, team, for joining us.
Donovan will make some more noises for us. He'll have some more animations.
So you're lucky.
We're looking forward to have those
sound effects
on the soundboard starting next week as well, producer Chris. So thanks in advance for that as well.
Oh, those can be the button.
To the weekend warriors out there, stay safe, stay healthy. Please take care of your bodies. Heed our advice, and we will see you next week. Thanks, team.